All right, folks. I am looking at an article in Zero Hedge that is entitled, and by the way, before I give you the title, it's darn near prophetic, okay? I'm going to just tell you that right now. It is, by the way, February 17th is this article. It's an older article, but oh my goodness, it is applicable to today. It says, if Russia invites Bitcoin adoption, which it has, the global arms race will begin. Oh, and it has begun. Believe it or not, I don't know if you're paying attention to everything going around you, but I think it began with all of the insanity that took place with Afghanistan and even a little bit before that. But on February 15th, the Russian Ministry of Economic Development decided that they were going to signal something around Bitcoin that was very encouraging, bullish, as they say. They decided to reduce costs for Bitcoin miners. Now, in essence, what that means is that it would encourage and incentivize them to actually start using Bitcoin. Now, I think the reason why that's happening is because the richest man in the world, in my opinion, who is Mr. Putin, actually wants to go to that mechanism so that he could protect his own interests from many of the sanctions that he actually knows is coming. Now, this takes things a step further, and I'll explain in a minute. But let me read to you a portion of this article because they make a couple of points here that I'm going to read that are very important, and then I'm going to explain what that actually means. The first of the points is inflation is gripping energy markets. What started as a move to cleaner energy sources became a massive liability during the COVID-19 lockdowns. When economies pause, demand does not, which includes demand for energy. Tangentially, the globe has been aggressively reducing nuclear energy generation. Of course, this has been happening since 2005. And this is largely because facilities capable of generating this energy have been well past their safely functional age. That means people are not developing any new ones because it's bad politics to be able to do it. Unfortunately, officials could have not picked a worse time to shut down this potent and efficient form of energy generation. Now, there is a dramatically reduced resilience in the grid, meaning the only things we have left are fossil fuels and highly unreliable energy sources like renewables, if you know what I mean, those big ugly fans that kill pigeons and people. Yeah, that's exactly right. These sources also require massive amounts of fossil fuels to not only produce, but to extract from the earth. It's a heavy statement there. With energy markets experiencing inflation, the costs of goods and services are also on the rise. As mentioned before, we need to expend energy in order to generate energy. This means that the cost of resource extraction, transportation, refinement, packaging, and storage by relation will also all be experiencing increased costs, regardless of what the CPI might say. Okay, let me tell you what that means, because these are all great points made by the person who wrote this article. What it basically means is that as time goes on, people are going to start getting more and more desperate for energy. And as they begin to get desperate for energy, they begin to spend more time emphasizing their military assets, because the only way that they can protect their energy resources from incursionary tactics that would remove those types of assets is to build up strong militaries. Now, I would seem to think that in Ezekiel 38, it talks about a man, Gog, who will be leading a whole group of nations in an attack against Israel. And the primary reason why they seek to do that is because they want what Israel has. And I believe an overwhelming majority of that is going to be based on natural resources. Folks, we are watching once in a lifetime things happening. And I'm telling you right now, the arms race has begun with a massive bang. And it's going to end with God putting an end to Israel's enemies. Unbelievable, folks. Jesus is coming soon, because all this stuff that's setting up is going to happen after the rapture. And folks, I got to tell you, we have a lot to look forward to. God bless you.